They're the coach standing in, but that's it for the kind of the yammerings and chats about predictions, as we are going to be into Nuke now. Pistol round underway, and s1mple searching for an early opener, could get taken down. Needs to be a little bit less risky there. I think OG, they've certainly got the individuals to capitalize on this.
Oh, I don't think you can ever tell s1mple to be take less risks. That's not in his repertoire.
No.
Adam B.
He's actually had loads of impacts, but I think in nearly every conversation about this roster and about this team, I feel like there's always going to be one person who's kind of first out of everyone's mouth. But I think Andu has been a really good addition to this roster. I think he has been able to provide a lot of kind of stability here, which is always going to be really important. And obviously, kind of PrimeTap's next, so they've got kind of a good synergy about them. They are having impact themselves. So I think this BC.GAME roster, I think, again, it's just something where you've just got to give it time. But this pistol rounds look really good for OG. We talk about it time and time again, especially on a map like Nuke, where when you win the T-side pistol, you just build yourself such a good foundation. You're just able to kind of springboard the rest of your map off of it. But nice find from Andu here with the Julies. Going to be emerging out of hut in a moment's notice. The issue is, there's a great setup scene here. Andu taken down by Adam B, and
expecting for BC.GAME? Not particularly. I'm expecting them to be able to make Mirage competitive regardless of what this map is, even if this is a 13-0. I still think the players on this team are experienced enough and good enough to turn things around on Mirage, but enough of that. As down towards the lower side, PrimeTap does fall. That's Crizzen finding, and this 3v3 has some intrigue. All three BC.GAME players are rotating from the same spot of ramp. They can take a lot of room very quickly off of this.
Yeah, fast dive in there from s1mple. Switch from the scouts to the Mac-10. Smoke towards double doors. Searching for the bomb here. Andu, nice find onto Crizzen. Just the tap of the bomb from s1mple. Nexa gets another, and they're aware. They've got a good idea of where Spook is. Nice find from s1mple. And that is the round going the way of BC.GAME. Excellent stuff there. They deny OG's winning streak. Obviously, the finances for OG, very good. Not as though they're going to have...
Similar statement, really, for OG as well. So I'm just so excited to see map number 2. But for this one, I think this is going to give us a good gauge of how much work can BC.GAME do against a team like OG.
Kakanito, he spotted one. Kakanito gets 2. That is insane. It seemed like Spook had the drop on him, but with Kakanito getting the first of Crizzen, it then kind of forced the repeat. Nexa can find Adam B. PrimeTaps finds Nikados, and it's Aristos in a 1v4. Excellent from BC.GAME here. Look, as I mentioned before, we don't have the kind of the best of indication of how things are going to go here on Nuke, because they've only played it twice in the last 3 months. Obviously, it was a 13-7 victory against Spirit Academy, yet they lost 13-3 to BetBoom. So, clear that Nuke isn't the most stable of maps for them, but OG, it's not as though they needed to really fight heavily to kind of take that space in secret. That's why they've got control towards both double door and single door. But Andy will find one. s1mple's heard the steps here towards double doors. He's going to be in a little bit tough position here, but a little bit worried about ramp now. Reposition here. These steps are just such an easy indicator. It's minimal time. It is going to be this play now, down to the lower side. Nice find from s1mple, takes down Adam B. Gets the reload in. Nexa finds one, but Spook taking down PrimeTaps. It leaves s1mple in a bit of a tough scenario for now. Drops a molly on the bomb site. Molotov to force Spook into the smoke. Spam coming through. Always taken down by the molly. Second found for s1mple, and now it's a clutch for Crizzen. 1 versus 3 here. The bomb on his side, but Nexa does have a kit. Limited utility here for BC.GAME. Just the one flash on Andu, but they need to tap the bomb. They need to force a peek, but s1mple will be able to take him down. 7-1 start here for s1mple.
OG, Spook exposed by the nade of the smoke. Has been tagged down. He's still going to be able to cross down towards Secret, but with just 29 points of health to play with. Important kill for Crizzen. The only rifle in this round needed to have that impact. s1mple is going to rotate in. And Crizzen could get taken down here, but instead turn his sights towards Ace. Man advantage still. Aristos gets a double with the tech.
Yeah, great finds here from Aristos, and now s1mple feels under pressure from heaven, realizing a late flank could come through at any moment. He's going to be backing away. He slipped the net here. Simple. Oh, he's not heard. Spook giving him a bit of a chance there, but yeah, bit of a weird one. Either way, though, these are the type of rounds which I really feel like you can see the kind of, I guess, inequalities in a team's ability on each map, right? I think if you're losing to half buys, if you're losing to kind of rounds in which you really shouldn't. I know we had Krisen's AK in play, but it was Arisdos's Tech 9. He gets a pretty quick double as well. There should be a trade. It's little things like that where you have to register, okay, well, it's clear this team, they don't have all the protocols in place. They don't have everything sorted. OG have been pretty decent with finding opening kills. We're a minute and 20 seconds into this round, and yet, no damage, or no real damage. Kakanito and Nexa have only taken damage from their own HE grenades, but Flashbang coming through towards round. Positioning of Prime Taps. He finds Sue. Simple peeking in the Molotov to find Adam B. And it's a 4v2 scenario now. And with OG, the fact they don't have much time, they're just going to have to bomb their way down towards the B bomb site. But Kakanito will find Spook. Molly towards double doors. Nikados is on the orb. The difficulty is, there is so many opponents close by. Planting the bomb and is in a... Look, why are we mollying? They don't actually know that we're here. Obviously, that's conditioned on the fact that lobby isn't taken. BC.GAME, obviously, they do have that space. Kakanito, just the one found, but so much information. There won't be an early rotation, though, so OG, they can get the bomb down now, and Andu going to be slinking his way through Secret. Simple rotating down ramp will find Arisdos. Nice trade from Spook, though, so a 3v3 retake. Prime Taps. It looked as though he wanted to go for a bit of an early fight, but realizing, well, I am actually alone here, and Nikados, he can find Andu. Prime Taps goes for the swing, but... perfect display of the AK versus M4 argument. Both hit the headshot, but Spook comes out with the frag. And, well, we asked for it. Where's the OG full buy versus full buys? Round number 9 is where they put that first one to their name. So, important fourth for OG. It seemed like BC.GAME were getting a little too stable on Nuke. So, for OG, certainly to help them with their endeavors here.
Yeah, and there's nothing particularly fast.
40 seconds, but... we're going to see OG. They're going to take their time to try and get through Heaven and obviously apply enough pressure from elsewhere. But it's clear, because lobby's been taken, Nexa doesn't actually need to worry about this. He is just holding to Heaven. We'll get one. The bomb's dropped into the bomb site. Nice find from Krisen, though. Takes down Andu. It's Prime Taps and Simple to try and clutch this one up. Oh, Prime Taps. He could get 2 here. Gets the first. But Spook able to punch in the digit in time. Keeps himself alive and will find the frag. And now Simple... making his way up the ramp. Just going to be a save, surely, for Simple. Don't believe he has a defuse kit. But that could have been really costly there. If Prime Taps was just half a second quicker, I think he finds both. Maybe even denies the bomb plant.
Yeah, even Spook just taking the individual gunfight himself. Look, it's a lot of risk, but it's a massive kill for Spook to find. Denies Prime Taps. Just he would take that space. And Simple, I don't know if he's saving this one. The angle already posted. Look at those posted there, ready for the save. And OG, look, they do stabilize here. This was 4-2 in favor of BC.GAME. OG won't look.
Maybe won't matter, as OG are playing with a real level of discipline in this round. Just sitting around towards lobby, expecting some aggression. Molly sent from Adam B. Prime Taps close by here. Prison taking space on the A-bomb site. Getting a little bit nervy. Andu finds with the USP there. USP versus AK, and Andu somehow will find him. With Spook, with Aristos, Adam B all chiming in. There's not really much the BC.GAME can do. And we're going to have... they're allowing Secret to be taken. Instead of rotating a player off A down the vent to kind of offer that first point of contact, they're not doing that. But it's going to be this play through B. Krisen gets one, but Spook, not only a nice find towards ramp, but doubling down to find Simple. A 2 versus 4 here. For Nexa and Andu. Obviously, this is to try and tie the half, but I think we both know there is a very slim chance and effectively non-existent as Spook has just found Andu.
Yeah, Nexa spotted out. OG will be able to walk away with 7. I think when you say 4-2 lead for BC.GAME is what they had, it doesn't sound as impressive as it BC.GAME. If they can have a good start to the second half, maybe there is still a world.
Yeah, certainly a scenario in which they can find. Obviously, the T side won the pistol in the first half with OG. BC.GAME, it looks as though they've got a great opportunity, but it's Adam B and Nikados. We mentioned how these generally have been the 2 heroes for this OG side, so if there was 2 you'd want in the clutch, it would be these, but the lack of a defuse kit, the lack of utility, And the lack of understanding as to where BC.GAME reside is what makes this clutch near impossible. And Adam B, now all alone, his teammate has fallen and information gathered as to where Adam resides. So, nice pistol for BC.GAME. Obviously, from what we have seen from OG on this map, they played it 15 times in the last 3 months, of which they've only lost it 3 times. And the heftiest loss was a 13-10 loss, and it was to Falcons. Just goes to show how good this team are. They've lost it 3 times. It was a 16-13, it was a 13-11, and a 13-10 for them, because BC.GAME, I know there's a Mac 10 on Andu, but they have got so much more utility. And they can just honestly play as a pack, and it's going to be really tough here for OG. But flashbang coming over, not really blinding. Although Andu was fully blinded, Prime Tap's not. So simple find there, molly towards Hell, denying any impact. We mentioned how OG generally look to kind of rotate quite heavily, and Adam B, oh, okay, well, he's gone for the running spray, we'll find, but afterwards, the rest of BC.GAME have absolutely annihilated, and Nikodo's all that remains. So 8 now secured here for BC.GAME, soon to be 9th.
Yeah, and as the lead taken again from them, we will see the M4 find 1. Surely not going for anything more here, but seemingly Nikodos is going to be having a bit of a look for exits at the very least. Has been spotted towards ramp. Simple will find.
Ooh, I think that might be a bit of a missed molly there, but either way, no real issue. Will be cleared. Flashbang coming through, fully blinded a 3. Smoke towards double doors, I believe that was sent by the CTs. Prison just biding his time, but Prime Taps finds Arasdos, and already they're just going for the save call. This has to be the game plan. There's no way they can have a look into this round. They don't have enough utility to win a round like this. They've just got 2 mollies and 1 flash. Spook has reclaimed this AWP for Nikodos, but it's going to be double digits now for BC.GAME. Very worrying signs for OG. They're going to go for the investment in the next, obviously, with the fact that 3 players are saving. If they lose that round, it is 12-7, and I think that is kind of just game over.
I mean, when we did see OG play this last time here at Proving Grounds versus Ardzan, again, very slow to start on their CT side there as well, before they eventually did just mount a big streak and close the game out. Prison falling is a far worse trade for OG than it is for BC.GAME. Tons of cash for the T's to play with.
Whether it's a wrap through heaven or kind of a really systematic play. Whereas if you just play the simples, if you just play the simplistics of Counter-Strike, that's all you need. But Arasdos, great position here. We'll get 1. Gonna drop the flashbang to try and back away. He's got a rotation down the vent. Excellent from Krisen as well. Kakanito needs to get the trade. He will eventually find just the 1 bullet of damage taken from Kakanito. But disadvantaged are BC.GAME, and it's clear for them their only route to success is wrapping through heaven here. But not gonna be easy, as Nikodos is close by or posted up now in the CT side. I'd absolutely love to see kind of an elevation up the barrels and down the ramp of heaven, because I think Nikodos would be massively caught out. But again, there's much time on the clock now. I don't think they actually have the time to do something like that. But there's just the 1 defender on the A-bomb site currently. It's Adam B. If these trades come through, or if the opening kill's just found, that can be all that's needed. Adam B, ooh, slight turn with the util coming through. Adam B still going to be obviously holding from heaven. Great second flash. How have they not found Adam B? They just don't clear him, and Nikodos up the ladder of heaven will put Simple to rest. Have to kind of reconfigure your CT side. If it's not working, you are going to need a change. Otherwise, BC.GAME will just rinse and repeat. Prime Taps, though, he sent some util towards the back of the bomb site. Somewhat certain that Adam B has repositioned. A lot of damage onto Prime Taps, but obviously he finds the kill. Krisen here in main might be under pressure. There's 3 flashes towards outside that they could use to try and send someone into main. Timing looks good, but Simple hits the shot. So now, man advantage here for BC.GAME. Although OG were the ones to get the opener. Flashbang to deal with a player towards top hut. And Kakanito can find Spook from a 5v4 in favor of OG to a 4v2 for BC.GAME. And again, somewhat reminiscent to those kind of early 6 rounds, Charlie. You pointed it out. It was the opening kills being found from OG, but the rounds still looking so comfortable for BC.GAME. 11 now secured, and OG in a great game from BC.GAME. And obviously, we mentioned that kind of a lot of the names on this BC.GAME roster aren't going to get the same level of love just because of the sheer attention that Simple will bring. But something I do want to point out, I know he's, what, 15-7, 15-8, obviously. Nice kills being seen, but it's actually been Simple's utility that's been really key. The amount of flash assists that he's got, obviously it was him who sent the flash to deal with the player towards top hut in the last round. I've actually been really impressed with the utility usage. It's clear that kind of Simple said, look, guys, I'm going to get the kills, but let me send in the riflers. Let me just be a bit of a facilitator in moments, because it's so important. Obviously, BC.GAME, they found a couple frags towards outside. They did have a 4v3 scenario, but with the kill coming through there, brings it back level. Space being taken from both Adam B and Nikodos, but already Kakanito and Prime Taps have maneuvered out of Squeaky. The bomb on Nexa, and it is here towards Secret, which could be a bit of an issue. Kakanito fully clearing. Great find from Prime Taps, and now this is where Nexa... Is he going to just look to stay stable and let his team go down the vent, or is it going to be a play up through A? But he opts for the former. I think it's the right decision. Kakanito, it's all about making noise here. It is going to be a play through A. Nikodos, he does have time. He will get one. Spook is here on the bomb site as well. Nikodos, if he finds the no-scope, things get really awkward. But Nikodos, he will find, and Spook can take down Nexa. OG's savior in this one being both Nikodos and Spook. Obviously, I think the biggest issue for BC.GAME is they cleared the A bomb site. They then went down the vent and then back up the vent. And in doing so, it allowed space to be kind of reclaimed from Nikodos. If BC.GAME just sat on the A bomb site and waited for Nexa, they win a lot of pressure. A spam from Aristos. Crizzen is here towards Garage. Oh, he has been spotted and now just getting spammed away at. Andu can find him through the smokes. A man advantage here for BC.GAME. Nice flash to force Aristos off the angle. Jumping into main is one, but Aristos can find him. 4 versus 4 now. Spots out another and will deal with him. Trade scene from Simple, though. Sat in the main smoke. Baits out the AWP shot. Nikodos tries to cross, but doesn't realize Nikodos. Doesn't shy away from a repeak. Quite happy to take a risky fight. Prime Taps is taking space towards ramp now, and if Nikodos rotates in, might not be ready for him, but disadvantage to BC.GAME, and with only 35 seconds on the clock, it's not going to be an easy round for them, especially with how split both Prime Taps and Nexa currently are.
Nexa is now making his way towards ramp. Still yet to have any CTs properly rotated. They have to be aware of this, though. OG have so much space towards outside. A lot of control taken towards A as well. The util does come through, and all the rotations on the low bomb site are gone, so we can get this bomb down.
The door opened here from Adam B. Molly landing there. Quite fortunately for BC.GAME, there isn't any rotation and retake attempt from ramp. Nice find from Prime Taps, just needs to keep himself alive. Orbshaw baited out, and now Nexa closes the door. Nexa needs to find Spook, but unable to do so. Door open again. Prime Taps has to take down Spook here, but unable to do so. And again, Charlie, it's Spook and Nikodos in the clutch. The saviors of OG once again called upon, and they do provide. OG now with double digits. I mentioned the finances for BC.GAME. They're looking really good. They'll be able to invest once again, but for OG, they just need these rounds to come through for them. Kind of a fairly similar mentality in most of these rounds. Look, we're going to default a little bit, hopefully find these frags, try and get kind of these advantages, and then if we can find that, then we can look for the mid-round calls. But Crizzen will find Andu. Prime Tap searching here towards A.
Yes, again, just Crizzen playing around these smokes.
Yeah, excellent.
But I also think you have to look at these last couple of rounds. Even the ones that BC.GAME have lost, they have all come very close, and in all of them, at some point, BC.GAME did have the advantage. So it is just sort of players like Crizzen who can turn the tide to those rounds, even though he's sort of been the first to die for OG actually on a few of these occasions. But yeah, it's just a lot of the sort of clutch factor and the X factor that OG have had that have kept them on nuke for now. Crizzen's position surely overlooked by Kakanito, and it's an easy second for Crizzen.
Yeah, it's going to be a play through A now. No utility used. Aristos in a great off angle. He can find Prime Taps. Not the greatest of spray, but he deals a lot of damage to Simple. Simple, he's backing away with Nexa falling just to be the save here. 11-11 scoreline. Attempting the save, but Crizzen gets the quad kill in this one. Now a leveled up game. This is excellent for OG. Just got to treat this like a kind of new little mini game. Like, how are we going to play these last 2 rounds? Well, giving up the opening kill, certainly not what they want to do.
Yeah, massive fight for Simple to take. And has allowed all his teammates to make their way down towards the lower site. Spook has just rotated down the vent.
Yeah, the issue is there's just quite a lot of players here. There's 4 rifles. Spook. Oh, timing for Spook. We are going to be seeing Aristos rotate as well. Kakanito Having a slight jiggle here or there. Simple checking the vents now. If BC.GAME make the call to head up towards A, this could be devastating because we've got nikodos towards ramp. Yes, there's just the one defender in Adam B, but he's playing towards second vent. And the issue with that is he doesn't have a smoke if there's a molly. The Simple goes for the peak. Great find from Simple. And they're aware of the player on the bomb site. Next to finds Aristos. nikodos. Missed shot there and Simple can find him. Adam will take down Kakanito, but there are 4 survivors here. What a triple here from Simple. And he's given them their 12th. Worst case scenario for BC.GAME. They booked themselves a spot in overtime, but OG... not only did they rotate correctly, they had so many numbers close by as well. nikodos offering a quick rotation, but even with all of that, they still lose the round. It's the openers from Simple, though. Absolutely sublime. And BC already here. And look, you mentioned it, Charlie. The simplistic game plan of BC.GAME, there could be moments and instances where the over-rotation from OG is a massive helping hand. And they've got a double secret setup. The only issue is if they send a molly to one of these angles, Kristen's going to feel very isolated. Aristos, slightly worried about ramp, and quite rightly, as there's no defender. Andu spotted out Kristen, trying to back away now as Kristen. Simple, clearing the vents. Aristos finds Andu. Aristos gets a double. Kristen, oh, Kakanito finds 2. How has he taken down Kristen there? It seemed as though this should have only been a trade. Prime taps. Looking towards outside, we'll find nikodos. Man advantage now for BC.GAME. They are 2 kills away from taking nuke, and prime taps under pressure will be found by Adam B. And another clutch here for OG. Simple holding for single door. Will get the trade. There's enough time to get the bomb down, but will he be able to recognize that Adam B is here? Simple certainly won't. Overtime is where we go. Big clutch there for OG. Again, we see them able to best these tough scenarios, and they can look to take the lead. They can look to kind of, I guess, be the ascenders early on here in overtime. nikodos, he's had the odd moment on this CT side, but he isn't making the most of noise. Currently the bottom performing player of the whole server, which I feel like is a statement that's very rarely made when the conversation of nikodos is had. Going to be this play towards ramp. Aristos, I mentioned he struggled, but Andu finds Kristen. Oh, prime taps finding Aristos. It's a 5-on-3 here for BC.GAME. All they need to do is just group, play together, play the numbers. But nikodos on the op. He's already rotated down. It's this 3 versus 3. nikodos in front of the Molotov. Missed shots here, and the AK of prime taps can find. We've still got Spook close by, but it's going to be another clutch required from OG. Oh, great find from Prime Taps. What a round from Prime Taps. You mentioned how in previous series for BC.GAME, you can kind of single-handedly credit Prime Taps for their map victories and series victories. In a moment like that, in space here, quite confidently towards lobby. Spook by his side. And this is brilliant. Really happy with this from OG. They've looked to take ramp a little bit late in games. Oh, timing could be devastating here, but Spook will find Adam B taken down by Prime Taps at the exact same moment. And how has he been able to escape? Well, nikodos on the AWP, but Simple gets the trade. Positioning for Spook, forced back again. 3 versus 3 now.
Plains way, the trading is good. Aristos found by Simple. Huge kill to find, and they knew where Spook was. Simple does have the bomb. We'll get that planted now.
Yeah, not going up the ladder. Just doesn't want to be heard ticking in the Molotov, because right now he still could have technically gambled towards B. He could be doubling back in lobby. Obviously, he is here in main. Prime Taps is in the open, but behind a smoke currently. Spook is holding the edge of the smoke, waiting for it to fade. Still a lot of utility, but Prime Taps finds, and it's another huge round from Prime Taps. We've got Nexa Prime Taps here towards lobby. Simple searching it outside, and obviously towards ramp. Already, we do have Prime Taps, I believe. Could be Kakanito, actually. Yeah, Kakanito under heaven currently. 3 players on the A bomb site, though. It's a nice read from OG. They got the MP9 towards top hut as well, so it's not as though Adam B isn't going to have impact there. Flashbang coming over. Simple blinding plenty. Nade in A main. Molly onto the back of the bomb site. Simple now aggressing. He's baited out the shots, but Adam B can still find Prison. He's the unknown here and finally needs to activate. Prime Taps will get his first, but it's a 2v5. Minimal time. Time could be the biggest factor, and it's Nexa in a 1 versus 3. It's the stick of the bomb from Nexa. Might get taken down, but still surviving. aware of the positioning here of Nexa. The molly landing at his feet. Reposition out of Nexa is brilliant. Still on the back of the bomb site. No real pressure, no utility now. And as you mentioned, no defuse kit. Nexa can't get the first, though. And such an impossible clutch. Still, though, OG, they do find that 13, and Nikado's featuring with a double kill.
Yeah, look, it gives OG something to fight with. It gives them some level of
Hopefully that's one
at some point in this series.
Yeah. Oh, 100%. If we didn't, it wouldn't be a BC game match. In these last kind of 4 or 5 series, he's always had that magic moment, that it factor about him. And there's the first. Takes down Crizant. We've mentioned Crizant has been found plenty in these opening kills. Simple with the second. And look, maybe it's not the flashiest of kills. Maybe it's not that kind of quintessential, manic, simple moment. But he's found the 2 openers. He's given BC Game such a route to 15. And obviously would lead them with 2 opportunities to close this one out. Kakanito, he's got information. He would have heard the smoke hit, I believe. And just backs away straight away.
They do the door from Spook. We'll just keep the CT's attention down here towards B. But they've got 2 players on A already. You've got Simple, who can be a quick rotation. And looks like we are seeing some aggression here. Not sure if this is the greatest play from BC Game, but Andu still manages to find somehow. Simple as well onto Spook. 3 kills from him, and it's all on Adam B. Had a good T side initially on this map. Slowed down a bit since switching over to the defense. But this one feels too far.
Yeah. The tough thing for Adam is he could have caught a good timing to maybe find 2. We'll get the first. Oh, Adam B! Well, he gets a nice double, but Simple with a quad kill. And again, we've been waiting for the Simple AWPing moment. And the second you ask, he does provide. Quad kill there for Simple. 27th frag.
Simple and Prime Taps. And Simple into control. Just posted. We'll find the first
shot. Oh, bit of missed movement. Not easy for him to escape out the window. Prime Taps spots the shoulder, now under pressure. One of him needs to get himself out of this angle. A nade to land close by. Hasn't done all too much damage at all. Prime Taps needs to just get himself out of here. He feels so trapped. Obviously, it is going to be this play towards B, or at least that's where the bomb is currently. But up the heavens goes Crizant. He loves these little lurks. He loves these kind of late plays. Minimal time here, but lobby's been taken. Nexa has been found. Anu gets 1, and the double. Spook with the trade, though, and they're aware that Prime Taps was down here towards B. A 1 versus 2 for Prime Taps.
Gonna make his way up, Secret. He's still got Chris in the heavens, and that's such a tough position to handle. Aware of it, but yeah. I mean, Christian's just not going to give up a gunfight that easily. He's going to really force Prime Taps into an uncomfortable position before we see anything of the sort.
Spook's giving up a 1v1 though, and Prime Taps does have a smoke. There's a defuse kit as well. Prison out in the open, and we see the kill come through. I believe there's enough time. That is it. That is map 1 done. BC Game. Prime Taps just given those 2 early fights for no reason, but obviously the successes of 2 against Partisan, but the rest, they've been pretty dominant. And obviously just looking at how they performed against teams like Spirit Academy, like ENTS, it's been very positive. But BC Game, it's this T-side start, obviously, and a very simple pistol, but will work to plan perfectly. They just dropped the right-hand side smokes. They're going to get the bomb down. It's going to be a 5v5 retake, but Nikado's, okay, well, never mind. He finds Kakanito through the smoke. Disadvantage to BC Game, but they've taken control towards CT. I think the one issue is you've got all this control in CT, but the bomb's not actually planted. We should have really seen BC Game be more heavily inclined to go towards jungle, but Flash is blinding effectively everyone, but it's next now in a 1v5. He is here towards ramp. The issue is there's 2 smokes and there's a defuse kit. At least to get the bomb down, I guess, but this round is only ever going to go the way of OG.
Yeah, I mean, Nexa doesn't even really have anything to sort of back away and say, oh, it's a 1v5, I may as well just save this armor. Doesn't even
roster changes in their last 6 games of Mirage. They've won 5 of them. I think this is going to be... I think we've got the same kind of thing as what we saw on map 1. I think it is going to be very close. I think it is going to be right down to the wire. I think expectations, as you mentioned, very limited. I don't think we really know what to think. Nice find from Adam B, though.
Yeah, unfortunately, he gets a ding down, but Anavi's still able to find. Anavi tries to get flashed in, but solo, Kakanito is able to find beforehand. Back to this 4-on-4.
XA's taking a lot of damage here. Ollie towards CT. Again, it is going to be this play through CT. There's 2 players ready and waiting. And who does have flashes, but he just takes up the heads up. Fight and prime taps with an eagle can find. Spook and Crizzen now. 2 versus 3. Crizzen showing his hand. Fast here is Crizzen. Crizzen can take down Nexa in the process, but Prime Taps is backed away to the USP for Crizzen. Not going to be the easiest of clutches. Switches to the MP9, worried about Palace. Doesn't realize that there's been a player towards Triple Box who's just maneuvered his way around, and Kakanito can find his second of the round. An excellent performance here from BC.GAME, and now the money and the finances and everything for OG comes crashing down because it is...
Single scout on Nikodos.
Nice molly forces Crizzen out of there, but with the smoke towards ramp, there's nothing he can really do. Great flashbang here. So many flashes. Nikodos will still get one. No trade seen. Andy's been chipped away at. The running Deagle will find Adam B again with a second, and swinging through the smoke soon will be Nikodos. Adam B gets his third of the round. Prime Taps now searching here with the Glock. The flying Glock. A lot of damage to Prime Taps. He's got a minute to work with here. The Deagle in play for Arasdos. All going to be about timing between these two. And the body shot connecting, and a force by war is what we have now. But Adam B, an insane triple kill there from under balcony. Such excitement here early on Mirage. Andu, fast here in con, gets flashed in. Already up the steps of connector. Nice find from Adam B. Simple taken down by Adam again. Nikodos has spotted one. Andu needs to capitalize on this. Will get the first. Now retrieving the rifle. Only 5 bullets in the magazine though. Andu. Timing's going to be everything for him. I believe he's just been spotted on the jiggle. Reposition out of Andu. He's still only got 5 bullets. He's confidently fighting. Adam B, though, gets his third of the round. Another triple kill from Adam. And Prime Taps taken down by the UMP of Aristo.
We the ones have a good lead here on Mirage. We know how important these force by wars can be. I think especially now that we've moved down to sort of 12 rounds per half.
Yeah, obviously... Simple, the only player in the server without a kill. Andu has been taken down early by Nikodos. A little bit worried about pressure from under, so he has just backed away towards con. And with it just being the half buy, maybe some upgraded pistols, there's no real need here for OG to overfight. I do like the fact that we're seeing a couple Deagles in play as well. For Prime Taps, he can afford it. Simple, maybe not, but I think maybe the mindset of Simple is, well, I can't get the AWP out anyway. I might as well get the Deagle and try and find a couple frags, because I think we all know if there's one player in the server that can have that it factor about him, it would be Simple.
Obviously, both teams, here on Mirage, do have a slight favouring towards the CT side, feels like most teams do nowadays.
Just fine there from Kakanito. Arasdos, UMP will find. Oh, I love that.
On Nuke. But with a start like this, 6-3 from him. Got Adam B by his side as well. He's a player that, honestly, I probably want to see a little bit more as well. Had a great start to the map, but just slight sort of slowing down from Adam B in the second portion. This is a good round from OG, though. Spook just peeking towards the middle. Prime Taps can't get the trade. It gives that man advantage to the CT side.
There's a little bit of a search there with the Deagle, but can't justify sticking around for all too long. 2 through under, though. It's Nexa and Prime Taps. Maybe a boosting window could be the play, but are they going to clear ladder? This is a little later in the round. Nikodos just playing here from ladder. Boost scene. Timing looks good, and Nikodos not rushing that fight. I really like that, actually. Drops a smoke on the molly as well. Simple here towards connector. Nikodos just playing atop the ladder. Looking to get a bit of a timing. Has he just been spotted in CT? Well... Spotted and found. Next now 1v4. This is a much better performance from OG. Adam B chimes in as well. It's 5-1 now. Finance is high. Even if BC.GAME win a round, they're going to be getting continual investments regardless of outcome, which is always such an important thing. BC.GAME's comeback is going to be contingent on broken money. Nice setup here towards a double-triple setup, which could pose a bit of risk, but Nice time from Nikodos. Adam B gets one. Now Nikodos under pressure, taken down by Andu. Simple will get his second of the round. 2 versus 2 now. Interestingly, Andu wielding the orb, Simple with the AK. Shots from both. OG, they will win the retake, but not a bad looking round from BC.GAME initially.
I mean, chances definitely were had. I believe that Andu, unfortunately, he's just holding for a stairs peak right now. Adam B is maneuvering towards sandwich to get posted on the lines, but Nikodos, who peeks from stairs, is an easy double from Simple. He's able to isolate both gunfights really well.
An important round, not only for BC.GAME, but for Simple, because it was a slow start. He was 0-6 at one point. He got a double with a dig. Nice trades in middle as well. Andu gets one. Spook obviously finds, but then the instant trade. Prison found by Prime Taps. BC.GAME find 3. Honestly, Charlie, I think they took spurred OG's success initially. Andu now going to be clearing towards ramp. Adam B going to be the one to watch here. Great trade from Nexa. Flashbang coming through. Needs to clear for Spook's angle. Missed shot from Spook. It's just kind of a quick peek. No wide swing from Nexa. And now Nikodos, that hero warp, gets dinked there. Aristos on the edge of the smoke. Going to get so heavily spammed. Nikodos is still low, and the HE grenade nowhere near him. He's already evacuated from short in B apartments. But it's 4 now found from BC.GAME. And obviously, Charlie, when we look at Mirage, right, an 8-4 scoreline isn't out of the ordinary. It's not a result that we would be kind of like highlighting in every remaining round. So, worst case scenario for BC.GAME, they get 4, and I don't think this is the biggest of issues anymore. And although OG probably should have taken Nuke, it was the successes of both Prime Taps and Simple that gave them that. Aristos swinging from short. Andu can find him though. Spook not confident enough to trade. Kakanito could catch him. This 1v1 is going to be everything, but there is a rotation. Great find from Kakanito. That is a disgusting shot. Takes down Spook. 5-on-3 now for BC.GAME. Nikodo is going to go searching, but I think Kakanito, I think he's just seen him.
Yeah, he's got that information. We'll take the gunfight. Does lose out, but does a lot of damage. And it's information now for BC.GAME to play with. Still advantaged. Prime Taps deep towards middle. Likely just going to be the lurk here. I imagine we're going to see Andu and Simple back away, but in fact, they are progressing.
I don't think it really matters again. BC.GAME, I think they just need to play as a unit, but Crisant can find through the smoke. There's another HE grenade. This round has spiraled a little bit out of control for BC.GAME because it's obvious as to where they reside. I like the boost there, but goes against him. That's the issue with boosting the low HP player up. Next, he's got a flash and a Molotov. The molly would have done the work, but still on the back of the bomb site here is Adam B. Is Nexa even going to clear? Well, he will find. Crisant not going quiet. Trying to isolate these fights. Crisant, and he can get both. A huge round for Crisant. A triple overall. Absolutely brilliant from Crisant. Look, I mentioned it throughout Nuke. Crisant, he's the type of player that can have those big moments, that can have that clutch factor to reaggress. They cannot look to just sit situated on bomb sites. It's not going to work. So, waiting for that reaggression of BC.GAME, and the timer ticking. They've got a minute on the clock now to make the kind of correct decision. The bomb is dropped towards top middle. Obviously, though, we are seeing some slight space being taken here towards Palace. I think it's just going to be a split through Con. Aristos is close towards short, but with the smoking window, creates some problems here. Adam B will be peeking from Con. Timing is everything. Adam B gets one. Trade from Kakanito necessary. Great find from Aristos. Nikodo's chiming in as well. And again, I've mentioned in the disadvantage scenarios, we're still seeing rounds go the way of OG. Great find from Prime Taps, though. And now, with 22 seconds on the clock, the bomb is dropped towards middle. Crisant, he's got the AWP in hand. Molly going to be sent, but Crisant can find. And it's 8-4 for OG. I mentioned BC.GAME. They won't be massively disappointed with this. Nation through Murder Hole, but it's a AAA setup. Prime Taps playing close here towards ramp. Adam B has been spotted here. Great find from Nikodos, though. That is Andu taken down. Simple, though. Native the smoke will find Nikodos. Adam B still tapping away. Prime Taps a little bit worried about both Palace and ramp, but the smoke is going to fade quite shortly, and this fight is everything. Aristos finding is brilliant. Man advantage back the way of OG, but Nexa with a quick kill there. Bomb is going down on the B-bomb site, though. Simple posting up on the angle. Crisant's got a good position here, though. Nexa has retrieved this AK now. Crizzen still holding. Biding his time. Nex has spotted him now. And Crizzen, he's going to feel a little bit trapped here. Goes for the re-peek, but still can't see anything. Spook. Great find from Spook. Simple takes down Crizzen. Kakanito finding as well, and it's all on arrows, though. They would have known he was towards ramp. Smoke on the bomb. And Kakanito sticking it. Simple holding. Simple finding. A BC.GAME victorious here. Lovely retake there. Once Nexa goes down, I think there's a... Shouldn't be losing. They probably won't lose it, but let's say you lose, you know, maybe 2 or 3 players. They need to focus on their finances. I think they can recognize that OG are going to have a very good T-side themselves. Nice angle for Andu. It can be such an awkward fight in general, but he gets the 1 kill, drops the nade, and just backs away.
Yeah, got a lot of information for his teammates as well. We're talking about information. Look at Kakanito on this map, playing towards side alley. And B will give him an easy kill. Bomb off for Nikodos is just trapped here towards apartment, and obviously Andu spotted out 2 in underpass.
Nice find from Simple there. Takes down Aristos. Again, I mentioned for BC.GAME, the most important thing is just keeping as many players alive. It's not really going to matter, actually, if they give up the bomb plant. There is no real issue because OG are going to be getting a buy anyway. But a bit of a rotation here from Nexa. He doesn't need to do this. They haven't spotted the bomb. There's 35 seconds left. I don't know why we're seeing this rotation from Nexa. Nikodos, open B bomb site. Oh, okay, so the steps of Nexa. I honestly feel like trying to bait out a kill here isn't the worst idea. But now it seems like there's just too many players, too much pressure. Oh, okay, missed shots from Andu. Nice connecting there from Nikodos. 2 casualties seen, as I mentioned, Kakanito will find. And now, this is where there needs to be a rotation towards B. Simple is alone. It's going to be this play on the B bomb site now. Simple gets the first. Nice trade from Adam B, though. Adam needs to get a second, as it's still a deficit scenario for OG. Flashbang's coming over the top of utility now. Finished for BC.GAME. 21 seconds on the clock. Adam B playing close by. This could get scary as there is 3 players in market, but great find from Spook. Adam B needs to take down Kakanito. Spots the shoulder. Information relayed for both. And now, just looking to disengage. He gets 1 and can back away. Arrows those to be a helping hand, and it's Nexa in the clutch. Spook is low, same with Adam. But Nexa just going to look to back away. Unfortunate here. Wanting to keep this control in middle. But OG, they're going to go for a late pivot here. We've got the AWP just posting towards both con. Now we'll be holding towards window. Spook is in under. Still a lot of utility remaining for OG. Simple holding in under will get 1. No trade from Nikodos. Simple trying to back away, but instead of going to the safety of stairs, he moves to jungle. Great find from Andu there. What a shot. Andu gets another. Andu with the 3rd. Okay, Andu might have had a bit of a quiet time on Mirage, but round number 18. What a ridiculous kind of sequence of frags. Absolutely. Prison continuing to search here towards A. The bomb, not too far behind. Is on Adam B. Nice find from Prime Taps, and it's going to take a lot of attention, obviously, away from the player in Sandwich. Nexa, still in CT. As I mentioned, no awareness of Kakanito. Kakanito needs to get the trade. He's now just holding towards stairs, but Nikodos will find. It's a 2 versus 2 now. Nexa close in CT. Andu on the AWP. All about timing. He could deny the plant at any moment, and Nexa. Nade could land, but Nikodos evading the shrapnel. Unfortunate there for Nexa, not realizing he could have peaked at any moment. They weren't even holding for the plant. The utility has always been generally pretty good. There is a smoke on Andu, though. If he just smokes the bomb and sticks it, that's where things get really tough. Tap of the bomb from Nexa. Nade of the smoke. Nikodos will find 1. Nexa, though, with the frag. Just a tap again, and Nexa with the missed shots. Aristos thanking his lucky stars there, because he's just spamming in the...
But not quite able to finish off any of the kills until a bit later, and obviously he never could convert that kill onto Aristos. But Monies here is a bit tricky for BC.GAME. Andu has to go nuclear on the Balkan. Will find a double. Kakanito chimes in as well. Despite how close the last round got, it doesn't seem like it's affected BC.GAME whatsoever. Simple 10th round for them.
Yeah, very easy, very effortless.
Players and BC.GAME still certainly are favoured in this one.
Yeah, I think if the next kill comes the way of OG and it allows for a recovered weapon, that's where we're thinking very differently. But Simple, nice find there. Arasdos gets the... Oh, in fact, Nikados gets the trade there. Scout's still in play for Nikados. Reposition here from Kakanito. But I mentioned if the kill comes through and a weapon can be retrieved, things could get a little bit ugly. 2 versus 3 now. They're aware that Spook's in the back lines. They're going to be re-clearing towards middle. And now the question is, well, have they backed away through under? Have they gone towards top middle? Where are these final 2 in mid? We know that Spook's deep behind enemy lines, but is he going to be heading towards either A or B? And the positioning of Spook is brilliant. But a great find from Prime Taps. A 2 versus 2 now. Spook. So worried about jungle. I'm going down now. Nexa realizing soon that it is going to be this play through A. Prime Taps going to be hurrying his way through. Spook is still here in jungle. Nexa. Spook's got all this information. Nexa's holding for it, though. I think Nexa's going to fake the steps and then double back. Oh, okay. Arastos, he's got great intel here, but Prime Taps can find him. And now it's all on Spook. Prime Taps has found 3 in this round. Nexa, he's going to get the information. Molly landing on the bomb. I really like that decision. Oh, okay. Well, it's actually a very miss Molly. It is the tap of the bomb, and Spook now realizing he's got to hurry things along. Prime Taps with the kill, and there is... Oh, is there enough time? I don't think there is. It's going to be close. Will get the defuse off in time. Okay, a big clutch there from Prime Taps. He finds 51 rounds in, and I don't think either of us have any indicators of who's going to take this second map.
Not in a million years. Still, could be another OT, perhaps.
Yeah, certainly on the cards. Krisen, he's heard the steps of Andu in ladder. It is going to be this play through A, and A very poorly defended, but Kakanito will get one. Positioning of Prime Taps could be costly. Kakanito through the Molotov. I love this. Prime Taps going to be unaccounted for. He will get one. Continuing his fray, trying to get the transfer, but it won't come through. Man advantage still the way of BC.GAME, and there's minimal time on the clock, but the kills are coming through for the T's. Kakanito falling back from stairs. Great find from Simple. Nexa as well chiming in. It's a 1v3 for Nikados. Repositioning towards Sandwich. I believe they spotted him crossing back to ramp. They're just taking their time. And Nexa can find 12 secured for BC.GAME. At least for OG, they get the one plant to help out the buy. But BC.GAME, they now have 2 opportunities to close out the series and get themselves to the grand finals.
Yeah, the buy is going to be good enough for OG. They can still have weapons in...
Again, from Prime Taps, looks really good. Krisen, he feels like he's got to be this difference maker, and he is again. The fight from Krisen onto Simple. That's the second time he's done that. Krisen repositioning here, but gives that advantage up. Again, Prime Taps in a good position. Swings through the Molotov, does a lot of damage, but no kill found. 2 versus 4 now. Kakanito does have an HE grenade that can do some work, but Kakanito finding Spook is excellent. Kakanito gets another, puts Nexa in the clutch. Oh, bomb has been recovered, though. Nexa's given his position away. Adam B has so much utility here. Nexa will deny! It's a 1 versus 1 now, and the clutch becomes so difficult for Adam. That is devastating for OG. Nexa creeping closer, tap of the bomb from Adam B. He goes for the swing, and Nexa finds. That is BC.GAME victorious in the series. OG semi-finals is all they can get to. Our first grand finalist here, and what a game it was from Kakanito.
And it's Nexa, though, to get his redemption from sort of that missed moment that he could have.